So we're back in the kitchen. Gonna do another one skillet meal using our cast iron. Now I'm just making up this recipe. Wanted something healthy, something, different. And I just started pulling some of the things that I had in the cabinet. So I'll show you some of the things that I'm going to be using. So we've got diced tomatoes, black beans. Steve had bought me 1 can of this to see if I would like it. It's solid yellowfin tuna in extra virgin olive oil. So the Mediterranean diet is actually just a healthy way of eating. You use a lot of vegetables and fresh ingredients if you have them, but if you don't, you can also use, canned items, and not very much meat as far as red meat and all that. You can have chicken, a couple times a week if you want, fish a couple times a week, and, including tuna. But it's just a healthy way, and I'm just now learning. So I know a few of you wanted to, go on this journey with me. Now, this is not about losing a bunch of weight because, as you know, I have failed so many times. This is about me being healthier and being able to get out and walk more. So once I'm able to do that, then of course I'm going to start losing some weight. Right now I just want to breathe and I just want to feel healthier. So anyway, so this little meal I'm making is going to have what I just mentioned, garlic, cumin, sweet onion, oregano leaves, and basil. One of you asked me if Steve was joining me eating this way. So far, he has not wanted to, and usually that will discourage me. But this time, I'm like, no, I got to do this for myself. So that is going to be his dinner. He's making himself. He's waiting for the oven, and mine's going to be right here. So let's go ahead and get started on it. So your black beans, you want to rinse. I know you guys know what it looks like to cut up an onion, but I thought I could just chit-chat with you while I'm doing all this, prepping the food. These are, this is a sweet onion. I'm having trouble getting that little skin layer off, so I'm just going to peel this first layer off here. I tell you, I've always loved onions, but I have found that since I've started this program, trying to eat healthier, that I love them even more. And yeah, I'm sure they're, really, really healthy for you too. But I can eat this whole onion usually. The dish that I made the other day where I had the tomatoes and onions, and then you put the egg on top and then bake it. I've made that a few times since then. And, yeah, I absolutely love it. If I'm really, really hungry, I can eat that whole skillet. It has a whole can of the tomatoes and the whole onion. But if I'm not real, feel like I'm starving, I only eat half of it, for breakfast, and then I save the other half for my lunch, and that's a better idea. I only eat one piece of I've been buying that Ezekiel bread. It's expensive, but I keep it in the freezer and only eat one piece per meal. So let's go ahead and get these onions and olive oil in my pan. And in the Mediterranean diet, they prefer that you use olive oil instead of, vegetable oil, Crisco, any of those things. Just healthier for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started on getting these onions softened. I like them when they start changing colors, and then once they do, we'll add the garlic in. I also really love garlic. I think garlic's one of those things that you either really love or you hate. And I love it. Actually, I'm going to use 2 cloves in this dish. And like I said, I'm just winging it with what I have in my cabinet. Let me get another one ready. And just so that I'm honest and keeping it real for you guys, I did so good yesterday eating healthy, and I'm not calling this a diet, so it's not like I really, what I used to say, messed up, but I, middle of the night, woke up so hungry. I got up and, of course, the first thing I found was in the candy dish. Ate a few of the little Hershey bars. So I'm not proud of that, but every day that I do things, I can hopefully get stronger and stronger to resist those temptations. I'm going to go ahead and add some of the spices. I'm going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Just a little bit of the oregano leaves. And basil. And I'm going to go ahead at this time and add the garlic. Okay, now I'm going to add in the diced tomatoes. Black beans. Doesn't that look great? I'm going to go ahead and plate some of this up. Not very many calories in all of this good food here. So don't be afraid to get a couple of great big spoonfuls of it, or more if you want. All right, there is my dinner for the day. I have a whole bunch left over so that I can also have it for lunch tomorrow, which is awesome. You don't have to cook constantly. But anyway, so I've got that mixture I made. I've got the tuna down there. 6 of the olives and a little bit of ricotta cheese I'm going to put over top of the warm mixture. But then I toasted a piece of the Ezekiel bread. Gonna go eat.